language. Ready for some language? If you are very observant, which some of you really are, some of us, we have to work on it. It's okay, not a big deal. But some of you are very observant and you probably already noticed something. Did you notice anything? I have 4 friends with me today. You'll have to wait to find out. I know some of you already know, but just hold on. You'll have to wait to find out who my 4th friend is, okay? First, we're going to review our other 3 friends that we have. I'm going to read a sentence. You are going to either go or okay, for each one. Whether it's declarative, interrogative, or exclamatory. What is declarative? Makes a statement. What is exclamatory? Show sudden or strong feeling. What is interrogative? Asks a question. So we know the 3 kinds of sentences. So listen and see if you can figure these out. Rachel is my friend. Very good. Do you know my big brother? Right? Question mark. His name is Andrew. Very good. Would you like to play kickball at recess? Okay, it's not exclamatory. It's not saying, we're going to play kickball at recess. It's asking, would you like to do this? It is so hot outside today. Good. We played in the rain last night. That one's just because it's not, guys, we played in the rain last night and it was amazing. No, it was just, we played in the rain last night. It's just him. He's just telling you something. Dad showed us a rainbow. Again, it's just telling you something. The colors were so beautiful. That is right? Can you say the 2 multiplication table? Good. I can't wait for my first piano lesson. I think some of you guys are saying that, right? Some of you, Mrs. Montepeque came by the classroom the other day and was looking for you guys to do first piano lesson, but you weren't here. So she's looking forward to it, and I know some of you guys are looking forward to it as well. All right, so this time we are going to listen to the sentences or the words that I read. If it is a sentence, stand up. If it's not a sentence and it's just a group of words, be seated, stay seated, okay? So don't cheat on this one and pretend I'm home, so I'm just going to lay on the couch. I don't care what she says. No, I want you to join in just like you will have to in class. Because don't forget, you have to be back with me, and I'm going to expect you to do those, okay? So do it with me. All right. If it is a sentence, stand. If it's not, stay seated. I wonder where my pet Tiny is. Yes, you should stand. That is a complete thought. Can you help me find him? Again, very good. That is a complete thought. Not in his cage. No. If I came up to you and I said, not in his cage. Ew. Who's not in his cage, Miss Monroe? What are you talking about, right? You wouldn't have any idea. Brown and black. Okay. Not a complete thought. You have no idea what I'm saying. Because Mom said to clean his cage. Again, what? We don't know. There's not a complete thought to that group of words. I've looked everywhere in the house for him. Yes, that is a complete thought. Maybe in the kitchen. No. Hasn't anyone seen my pet snake? That is a complete thought. Now, it would be a complete thought for some of you that would scare your parents half to death. Others of you, your parents would be totally fine with it. But that is kind of what we're going. He was looking for his pet Tiny. He couldn't find him anywhere. But then there were some of those groups of words. Brown and black. not in his cage, because Mom said to clean his cage. None of those were complete thoughts. But then in those ones that were complete thoughts, we figured out, oh, Tiny is a pet snake that was missing. So we talked about each of those kinds of sentences. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought, not parts of thoughts. It needs to be understandable to make sense. Then we talked about our kinds of sentences. Declarative sentence, making a statement. Interrogative sentence, asking a question. Exclamatory sentence, showing sudden or strong feeling. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to play a little game with me. We're going to play Simon Says, okay? So do it with me. Simon Says, stand up. So if you don't do it, you lost. But you can't be staying, you can't go, oh, well, I lost, I don't care. No, you have to win, okay? So Simon Says, stand up. Please stand up. Thanks. Simon Says, place your right hand on your left elbow. Turn to your left. Please sit down. Simon Says, raise your hand in the air. Simon Says, fold your hands. Simon Says, sit down. Stand up. Good. So as you were listening, Simon was giving commands to you. Well, Miss Monroe, as Simon, was giving commands to you. And if you were listening to those commands, they were telling you things to do. Now, some of them Simon said to do, some of them Simon didn't say, but all of them, from stand up to fold your hands, to turn to the right, put your hand on your elbow, be seated, stand up again. All of those are commands. And that's where my new friend comes in. His name is Mr. Imperative. Can you say that? Mr. Imperative. Mr. Imperative, he looks pretty serious. You know, he's got his little tuft of hair on his head. I like to think of it as like part of a helmet. You know how the Roman centurion back in Jesus' day, they had those helmets and they had kind of like the red furry, you know, part on top. That's what I like to think of when I think of him. That's why I chose him to be Mr. Imperative, because he makes me think of a soldier. And a soldier, especially the lieutenant and all of those, they're in charge. The sergeant, that's what I'm thinking. They're in charge. And they will tell commands to their soldiers. So they're going to say, face right, attend hut, turn about face, march, guns up, at attention. You know, all of those things are commands. That's what imperative sentences do. An imperative sentence gives a command. Okay? So we're going to mirror with words. An imperative sentence gives a command. Gives a command. So that's what we're going to learn as imperative sentence. We already learned declarative sentence makes a statement, interrogative sentence asks a question, exclamatory sentence shows sudden or strong feeling, and imperative sentence gives a command. Okay, that's what we have for all of those sentences that we've been learning. You can see here, we have our declarative sentence, makes a statement, interrogative sentence asks a question, exclamatory sentence shows sudden or strong feeling, and then the imperative sentence gives a command. Okay, so imperative is our little friend and he's giving commands to everybody else, but when he gives a command, it's not like showing sudden or strong feeling. He'll just say about face, turn right, you know, lift your guns, attention, prepare. He just gives commands. Okay, teachers do that many times where I'll say, okay, be seated, please go open the door, shut the door, sit in your seats. Okay, and that is just giving a command, but you're just going to put a period at the end of it. So imperative and declarative are similar, but they're different because this guy's just saying, hi, I'm on the board. I see you at home. You're sitting on the couch. You're sad you're not in school. He's just telling you something. But this guy is saying, get your work done. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Listen to your teacher. Follow instructions. He's giving commands. So an imperative sentence gives a command. Say that with me. An imperative sentence gives a command. Now, you can teach that at home, just like we do at school. Teach, okay, tell somebody, even if it's just your stuffed animals. That's what I used to do, and it wasn't weird at all, at all. So, teach your stuffed animals, teach your younger brother or sister, teach your mom and dad, whoever, and say to them, okay, mom and dad, Miss Monroe wants me to review my sentences. A declarative sentence makes a statement. Or you can have them mirror with words with you, and you can teach them. A declarative sentence makes a statement, an interrogative sentence, ask a question, exclamatory sentence, sudden or strong feeling, imperative sentence gives a command, You have them do it with you, okay? And then when I say class, you say yes, and then we're back to business. Good job, okay? It's not that hard. You can do it, okay? So you can pause the video, teach your household, and then come back to me, okay? We're just gonna review a couple things here, and then you'll be able to get right to your page. Pretty simple, easy stuff today. So, the first sentence says, take out your pencils. Obviously, that is giving a command. So, we write 3 lines under, that's our proofreader mark for capitalizing, and then caret with a period because our imperative sentences end with periods. Close the door, please. Underline 3 times because that shows us that is the beginning of the sentence and it needs to be capitalized. And then at the end of our sentence, that's where we have our punctuation for imperative sentences, which is just a period. Please sit in that chair. 3 under the P and caret with a period at the end. And what about stand behind the line? Under the S, we put our 3 lines, and then a caret with a period at the end because imperative sentences end with periods. That's it. So you are going to turn to page 7 in your language books. Well, not your language books, your language pages that I sent home. And it shows you on the top of the page an imperative sentence, gives a command, begins with a capital letter, and usually ends with a period. Hand me that book, please. Close the door, okay? And that's what you'll see. Now, for think A, you're identifying each sentence, whether it's exclamatory or imperative. So look at those carefully. Is this giving a command or is it showing sudden or strong feeling? Because sometimes we get these mixed up and we're not sure what it should be. So think carefully between exclamatory and imperative. Look at the first one. Hey, I just found a huge book about nocturnal creatures. Is that giving you a command about something? No, so what is it going to be? It's just going to be exclamatory. So you're going to write capital EXC period, because it's an abbreviation, and then put your punctuation at the end. Then think B, identify each sentence by writing whether it's dec, int, exc, or imp. Okay, but capital IMP period, capital DEC period, capital EXC period, capital INT period. Make sure to do it that way. And then write C, pretend that you are visiting Yellowstone National Park. As you drive through the park with your family, you see a pack of gray wolves. By the way, yesterday, did you guys catch the fact that I kept saying gray fox? The gray fox, the gray, and I'm like, I'm looking at it and it says gray wolves. I did say wolves a couple times, but most of the time I kept saying gray fox. I don't know why. Sorry about that. I know it was gray wolves. I did know that. So, gray wolves. You see a pack of gray wolves. write an imperative sentence you might say to your brother as you try to see the wolves better. So you're in the car, your brother's here or here, and you see a pack of gray wolves and you want to see them better. What are you going to say? What imperative sentence are you going to say to your brother so that you can see them better? Then, and remember, imperative sentences are not rude, okay? Close the door, please. Please sit in that chair, stand behind the line, take out your pencils. It's not rude, it's still polite. So you're going to politely say something to your brother. Then write an exclamatory sentence that shows a strong feeling about seeing the wolves. So go in your imagination, you're at Yellowstone National Park, and you're driving around and you see a pack of gray wolves. What are you going to say to your brother in an imperative, and what will you exclaim after seeing them? All right, that's it. That's your page, and you're done. So enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.